Hi everyone, it's me again from my basement, the place where I store all my books and have a little bit of space and peace. Don't mind the unfinished background. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time going through some of the books we have for our more confident and older readers. A lot of people think Usborne is just for babies and little kids. That is definitely not the fact. We have a wide selection of books that are great for your older elementary age kids and even into the teens. So I want to start off by showing some of the reading program books. In my previous videos, I've talked about the very first reading and first reading series, which are part of our reading program that kind of are those beginner readers, getting them to read. These are the ones that graduate up to more beginning chapter books. So this is from our Young Reading Series 1, and you'll see that they are introductory chapter books. So the text is still nice and big, not a ton on the page, lots of big pictures, speech bubbles, but it is getting them introduced to the idea of a longer text. Okay, so they are kind of that developing confidence type book. Okay, and they have these beautiful, as with all our reading program books, beautiful little ribbon bookmarks that the kids think are pretty fancy. So we have lots in series 1. I have lots of series 1. So we've got Rapunzel, Aladdin and the Magical Lamp, Princess and the Pea, Stories of Unicorns, Forgotten Fairy Tales. This is The Wise Princess. These are newer additions to our series 1 group, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Then we would graduate up to series 2, which I don't have any of. This is series 3 in the Young Reading. So you'll see a lot more text on the page, getting longer, more complex stories for your more confident readers. This is another one, The Invisible Man. So we're definitely more of a chapter book type feel with these. So those are our, and then there is a series 4, which I love. There's lots of true stories and kind of almost biographies about different famous people, different historical figures, which are really appealing to some of our older readers. So that's from our reading program. Then we have a few little chapter book series. This is the Teacup House, Story of the Twitches. Again, kind of those beginner chapter books, still colorful pictures and things in them, but getting them introduced to that idea of a chapter book. So we've got, there's three books in the series, so you can read them all. This is a new series. We have the Sticker Dollies. Okay, so they are chapter books, but they also have stickers in them. If I can find the stickers. Stickers are at the front, so they can place those in as they go. But again, kind of that early chapter book feel. We've got another series, The Travels of Ermine. Okay, same kind of idea, maybe a little bit more complex than the Teacup House. Black and white pictures as opposed to color, which is all part of the moving up in reading ability. And another really cute little series that they've just come out with this year is the Tanglewood series. Again, that early chapter book. Less pictures, more reading. The next chapter book series that we have, which I would say is more for your grade 4, 5, and up, is the Knit Bone Pepper series. It's a ghost dog. Really cute stories, very engaging for that age group. Again, there are a few illustrations. throughout. So there's 4 books in that series. Then we have the place called Perfect series, another one. I would say this is more your grade 5, 6, up to even grade 8. A little bit more mature theme, but very engaging, great chapter books. So there's a 3-book series there. Then we have a couple by author Lara Williamson. A Boy Called Hope, The Girl with Space in Her Heart. Again, these are for your you know, upper elementary, early, like junior high age kids. Okay. We also have a selection of graphic novels which appeal to some of those reluctant readers who don't like to read long books, but these ones are great. Still quite a bit of text on some of the pages, but it's more in that comic book form that a lot of kids just, it appeals to them. They're not overwhelmed by a whole page of print. It's more pictures for them to enjoy. So we've got ones like Thor, Alice in Wonderland, The Odyssey, there's The Hound of the Baskervilles, I think there's a Robin Hood one, there's a few different ones in there. Another one that I love if you have kids who love to read or you like reading to your kids, these are the illustrated originals. They're hardcover books. They are the original book, the original story, complete and unabridged, but they're just absolutely gorgeous. Ribbon bookmark. And we've got the stories. They do have some illustrations within. Example right there. Okay, so these are good to read to your kids, or if you have those really strong readers, these are great. I think great gift books to gift. So example, Jungle Book, Around the World in 80 Days. We've got a few different ones like that. So that's about it for the reading aspect. Then we also have like more of our nonfiction books. So our big book, so Big Book of Bugs. These are great for kids who want to learn about everything. Okay, so we've got these big fold out pages. They like fold out huge. This one folds out one more time. Somewhere. There it is. So like it creates this huge fold out, which kids love to be able to fold out and sprawl on the floor and read. Just tons of great information for those kids who just want to know everything about everything. So this is a couple of examples that I have of the Big Book of Bugs. I have the Big Book of the Body. This one's awesome. I've even learned a few things out of this one. There's Big Book of Tractors. There's all sorts of big books. Then we have our first encyclopedia series. So this is the dinosaur ones. My son hasn't spotted this one yet because he's a little bit little for this one, but he would want it if he saw it. So nice big illustrations, lots of great information. I can see that this one will be used over and over again in my future, as my son is absolutely obsessed with dinosaurs right now. So there's lots of different first encyclopedias that we have available. We have the See Inside, Lift the Flap series. This is kind of the progression from the Peep Inside and the Look Insides from the younger ages. But tons of great information, all in interactive flaps. So there's information on the front, and then you flip them open, and there's more information underneath. What kid doesn't love to lift flaps? Seriously. And these are really sturdy board pages, so they're nice and durable to be read over and over again. So this one's all about the First World War, which would be a great one for Remembrance Day. So tons of great information. So we've got those ones. There's See Inside Bridges and Tunnels. So it talks about the different buildings and things that you can learn about. There's some great flaps in here. So see, this one has a big flap that opens like this. Awesome. This one, if you have anybody who's a budding engineer, Lift the Flap Engineering. So that idea of what engineers do and what kinds of things they create. So we've got all sorts of cool stuff. And this one all with Lift the Flap. This one I think is a parent reference. Questions and answers about growing up. I know the talk is happening a lot at, you know, grade 3, 4 and up. This one I think is a great resource. It kind of is a fun way to start discussion on the topics of growing up and puberty and things like that. With anything like this, of course, I always suggest that you preview it before you share it with your kids, because there may be a couple things that are going further than you plan to at the age that you're introducing this. So always have a quick look, but great resource for families. Another book that I absolutely love for older readers is the 100 Things to Know series. 100 Things to Know About Food. We've got 100 Things to Know About Space. 100 Things to Know About Planet Earth. There's so many great ones, and it really, my mom has a couple of these that are just on her coffee table that, you know, are just a conversation piece. So it gives you tons of information. So for this page is, you can live on just one food, but only when you're a baby. And it talks about the fact that you need fats and carbohydrates and proteins and minerals and vitamins and where you find them and things like that. One plant feeds half the planet. Rice is the staple food. There's all sorts of really cool information that just, I know there are kids, I've taught them, that just eat up all sorts of facts about things. So the 100 Things to Know series is great. We also have this For Beginners series. So we have money for beginners, economics for beginners, there's politics for beginners, build your own website for beginners. These books are great. I actually have wanted to be reading some of this stuff, but this is like all about how money works in the world and how to budget and investing and things like that. So these are awesome. How the economics works, what's the black market, which of these boxes would you choose, what is donut economics. There's all sorts of cool stuff in these books. Then we also have a series called the STEM Scribble Books. So this one's a math scribble book. We have an engineering one, we have a technology one, and if you have kids that are interested in the math and science world, they just have awesome information and activities to do. So this one's all about prime numbers, which fits perfect with grade 6 math curriculum in Alberta. Fibonacci spirals, really cool phenomenon of math. Count Like a Roman, so Roman numerals, things that we don't see often anymore. There's just so many cool things in these scribble books. So if you have kids who are into math and science, the STEM scribble books are awesome. We also have write-in activity books, which I know kids up to in their teens that still love working in these. So they just have, this is a nature one, and it's just got all sorts of things to do and keep them busy and keep them engaged. These are great for when we're stuck inside in the winter time, or when we are gone camping for the summer. These are great to have on hand. So we've got things like multiplying and dividing, there's measuring, there's maps, there's all sorts of things. I also love the Write Your Own series for our older readers and writers. Okay, so about grade 3 up. These books are great for if you have a reluctant writer, helps them kind of guide them through and build some skills, or if you have an avid writer who just loves writing, these give them some great ways to enhance their writing and become better writers. And last but not least, we have the White Plains. They're for older, the key skills ones. Okay, so everything from measuring, comprehension, writing skills. Earlier ones are like starting to add, adding and subtracting, creative writing, charts and graphs, starting to take away. One about animals, so learning scientifically about the animals and things like that. And we've got weathers and seasons. Now these ages are just recommendations. There are some of these activities that I would totally use for older kids. money. There's tons of different wipe cleans that they can just use over and over again. So, baby is waking up. That's my cue that I am done. If you would like to find these on the site or need more information, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day, guys.